Good morning, welcome to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about long runs in your marathon prep. We're going to be talking about all the benefits, why you should be doing it, so let's get into it. So this morning I've got one of my biggest long run workouts. It's got marathon race pace sections in it. So it is 20 miles total and it is 7 miles easy, 5 miles a little bit slower than marathon race pace, 1 mile easy, 3 miles at marathon race pace, 1 mile easy, 2 miles a little bit faster than race pace, and then another 1 mile easy. It's one of these workouts that lets you kind of know where your fitness is and if you're actually going to make the time you want to. I want to do sub 3, so I'm going to be doing a lot of it at a sub 3 race pace, and we'll see how we get on. But it all starts with the fueling, and it all starts the night before with fueling. So I was carb loading yesterday. All my meals had carbs in them, especially I had pasta at night, and I had peanut butter on toast as well just before I go to bed, so I've got carbs from the night before. And then this morning I have eggs on toast, and also I have 60 grams of carb in a carb powder form in a shaker bottle before my runs. And then even throughout my runs I've got gels and everything. We'll talk about that later, but need to be fueled up for these big runs. So it's about that time. I just need to go get stretched, do my activation and get out on this run. I'll speak to you a little bit on the run on my easy sections to see how I'm getting on, and then we'll come back, talk about the benefits, how to increase it, and why you even need to do long runs in your marathon prep. So, done all the stretching, all my activation, and we're just about to get on with this run. These kind of long runs, I do get a bit nervous, because if I don't hit it, it makes me think I'm not going to hit my time in the marathon, but hopefully we will hit everything. It'll give me a bit more confidence, and that's what these long runs are all about. Got my gels, got fuel in here, got one water and one with carbs, and I can just replenish the water as I go. That's a good thing about here down in the Gold Coast, that there's loads of water fountains that you can just fill up as you go. So yeah, let's get on with it. Got the Alpha Flies on today because we've got some marathon pace sections. Hopefully keep my legs a little bit less tired than they should be. So we are 20 minutes into the run. First gel down, feeling good. Kind of overcast today, so hopefully it won't be too warm and go for this water a bit slower today. So catch you back up at 10k. So we are 10k into the run. The sun is just coming out now, so it's going to get hot, but we're feeling good. Just topped up my water, so we're ready to go, so I don't have to take a break in this next section. Next section is 8 kilometers at roundabout marathon race pace, so it's going to be about 4:15 a kilometer. Yeah, so we'll see after that, see how I do. Oh, first section done, and that was, hard but comfortable. Legs are feeling it though, now that we're 19k in, but feeling good. Got 1.6 kilometers kind of easy, so I'm just going to enjoy that. And then we've got another 4.8 kilometers at marathon pace. I stuck to that pace 8 kilometers, so hopefully we can stick to that pace at the 4.8. And we'll check in at my next easy section. Oh, just finished the second section of marathon pace, and as you can tell, that was hard. Into wind the whole way. That was brutal. I don't think I stuck to the pace, but I think I stuck to an okay pace considering the wind. I did have to stop twice for 30 seconds each because I was literally getting chest pains, which isn't the best, but I think it's just because I was pushing so hard into the wind. So next section, 3 kilometers, hopefully faster than race pace, and I'll see you after that. Oh, final race pace section done. That was brutal. We've still got some work to do in the next 6 weeks before the marathon, but still I'm pretty happy overall. Now I go home, get showered, get some food, and let's get into why you need to start doing long runs. So we are back from the long run and let's get into it. So I did my 11.2k easy. I'm going to say kilometers. I know I said miles at the start, but my app's all in kilometers, so it's just as easy. So 11.2 kilometers easy, doesn't matter about time. And then 8 kilometers I want you to do at race pace or just below race pace, and I did a 4:12 per kilometer, so it was bang on. That was perfect, felt comfortable. And then we did 1.6 kilometers easy, that was fine. And then we got into a 4.8 kilometer that was supposed to be at a 4:10 pace. I ended up averaging a 4:15, and I was in to win the whole way. So I'm putting it onto that, not because I'm unfit. It's definitely the wind. And then we did another 1.6 kilometers easy, and then the last bit was 3.2 kilometers, and I want you to do about a 4 minute or a 4:05 per kilometer. I ended up doing a 4:12, and it was hard. So it's still above my marathon pace, it's faster than what I need to go, but I just wish I could do that a little bit faster. I was trying to do new things, so I normally just take gels. I take 60 grams of carbs per hour, but because I did those marathon efforts, I thought I'd drink carbs as well, and my guts were like, it felt like my abs were cramping up in the last marathon effort. So we won't be drinking any carbs, lessons learned, we'll just be taking gels. But enough about me, I want to tell you why you need to incorporate long runs into your training. The simple answer is, if you want to run longer, your body needs to be used to running longer. If you've only ran 10 kilometers, don't expect to do a half marathon comfortable. You'll still do it, but don't expect to do it comfortably. And doing a marathon as well, you need to get these long runs in. Your body and legs need to get used to being out on the feet, because your feet are going to get sore, your hips are going to get sore, your knees are going to get sore if you don't incorporate it and get your body used to it. And all a long run is the longest run of the week. So if you're running a 2k every day, a 7 kilometer could be your week's long run. Mine are up in the 30s because I'm training for a marathon and I've been running for 3 years. But if you only ran 10 kilometers, like the furthest you've ever ran is 10 kilometers in your life, make 15 kilometers your long run, maybe even 12, and then just bump it up each week as you go. And honestly, it doesn't take as long as you think. For bumping it up each week, I wouldn't go over 10% each week, even 10% every fortnight, just to get your body used to it and avoid injury. And the way we incorporate long runs into our training, everyone does them on weekends because we all work, you know, so it takes the longest time, so you can't do these before you get to work at 8 in the morning. So everyone does them on a weekend, and make sure you've either had a day off the day before or a really slow recovery day, because you don't want to be tired going into the long runs. It could take over an hour to 2 hours to even 3 hours. And then the day after, you want to either again have a really slow recovery run, or you want to just take a day off. I always take a day off the day after and just do some mobility and stretching and stuff. This is all just avoiding injury, not overtraining, because even like the only way you're going to be training 7 days a week and running either sides of these long runs is if you're an elite athlete, and let's be honest, none of us are elite athletes. The next thing to think about with long runs is fueling. Fueling is key. You need to fuel the day before and during the race and the morning of. You need to get this dialed in. So what I do personally is the day before, as I do a thing called carb loading. So you eat more carbs the day before than you normally would. So I have carbs in every single meal, and then I also have carbs, like I have peanut butter on toast right before I go to bed. So I've got some carbs like already in my system in the morning, and then in the morning I'm having more carbs, I'm having good fats to fuel the run as well. And then also on the run I'm taking gels. So I'm taking 60 grams of carbs every hour, so that's 1 gel every 20 minutes. Some people do drinks because you can get a carb powder, But like I said, my stomach doesn't agree with that, so I'm just sticking to gels. I take carb powder in the morning before I go for my run, because that's okay for me. On the runs, it's just gels. And the next thing I want to talk about is for more intermediate kind of runners that have been running for at least maybe over a year to 2 years, is if you're training for a specific race and you want to hit a specific time, you're going to have to start incorporating these efforts into your long runs. Because if you don't do it in training, you're not going to be able to do it on race day. That's just a simple answer. So what you have to do is you're going to have to incorporate some marathon or half marathon efforts into your long run. Like today, I had 32 kilometers, but like I had an 8 kilometer marathon pace effort, then I had a 4.8 kilometer effort with breaks in between, and that's what you need to do. And it gets your body used to running at these efforts when you're tired. If I was to try and run 5k after running 20 kilometers at race pace and I can't do it, there's no way I'm going to be able to run the last 5k of a marathon at race pace. So it's really all, again, just getting your body used to running at these paces while you're tired. So the kind of long runs you can do, as I say, it's just the longest run of the week. So it doesn't matter if this is 10k, 15k, 20k or 30k plus, it all works the same. You just want to, first of all, when you're incorporating these in for the first time, you want to take them super easy. You want your body just to be used to running for that length of time rather than worrying about pace or anything. But once you started doing it for a little bit of time, you're comfortable with running at a slow pace, that's when you need to start incorporating the half marathon or marathon efforts into your running, just to get your body used to it. So the ones I do, these are personal to me and I've learned from people on YouTube like Nick Bare and stuff like that. I've just used them in my training and it works for me because I can run the mileage. The first one is, it's a 25 kilometer run in total, and it's 5 kilometers easy, 5 kilometers at race pace, 5 kilometers easy, 5 kilometers race pace, all the way to 25 kilometers. This gets your body used to, again, running at race pace while it's tired, but it gives you that 5 kilometers just to ease off, get lactic acid out of your legs, and to kind of reset for the next effort. And one of the hardest ones is Nick Bare's one, when I explained at the start of the video. It's great, give it a go if you can run over the 30 kilometer mark and incorporating these race paces, and it gets your body used to when you're super tired at like 25, 27 kilometers and you've got another effort at race pace, and it lets you know if you're going to kind of get your time on race day, and it lets you know if you're being realistic about your time. Another one I do, which is the last big long run effort workout that I incorporate, is 3 times 10 kilometers. So you do a 2k warm up, you do 10 kilometers a little bit slower than race pace, and then you do 1 kilometer just easy recovery. Then you do another 10 kilometers at race pace, 1 kilometer recovery, and another 10 kilometers if you can, either race pace or a little bit faster, and then you've got a 2 kilometer cool down after that. This is a good one this will let you know if you can run 30 kilometers at your race pace with these little breaks in between, you're pretty good to go for race day. And one last tip I just want to give you is, if you're doing long runs leading up to a race, I wouldn't do 2 of these efforts in a row. So you want to do a long run every week. So I would do one with marathon efforts, and then the next week I would just do a long run just easy. And then the next game week I would do a marathon effort long run, proper workout, and the next day I would do it easy again. It just lets your body recover. My last marathon prep, I did 3 long run workouts in a row, and it hurt me pretty bad. And even though I had a 2-week taper, I ended up cramping on the day, and I ran way over my marathon goals. So yeah, just make sure you're listening to your body and just do it 1 week at a time. So that wraps up the video. I hope this helps with your long runs. Comment below if it helps you, and follow me on TikTok, Instagram. All the links are going to be in the description, and obviously like and subscribe if you haven't already.